Ever since South Park Joining the Pandaverse aired just a couple of days ago on Paramount Plus, and by the way guys, I gotta give a clap to Paramount Global, Comedy Central, and let's not forget about South Park Studios with Trey Parker and Matt Stone for really making this episode happen and calling out Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger by name and by character, mind you. I think it was revolutionary on their end and legendary. This episode, I think, is going to be right up there with many of the other events like Streaming Wars, etc., etc. Now, what's interesting about this, though, is exactly what Bob Iger is doing as a way to take action against South Park and what's going on again between the Disney heads and the Comedy Central heads. We already talked about how behind the scenes, reportedly, Disney analysts have realized a significant dip in Disney Plus subscribers, a dip that they have not seen before since the Pandaverse episode had dropped, and they're blaming those reductions in subscribers on the Pandaverse event special. So let's get into all of this. Now, specifically, of course, with everything, of course, being put out there, with Bob Iger currently dealing with the endless backlash from the public against Disney parks, entertainment, and the corporate decisions that he has made, one major development has to do with Iger now taking action against South Park. As it turns out, Iger and the Comedy Central heads are setting up a serious legal meeting again to take place in the middle of November, where the Disney heads are going to, in the meantime, find a valid series of proof that it was indeed Comedy Central that was the cause for their recent significant dip in Disney Plus subscribers. And that Iger is already making legal warnings against Comedy Central, and wrongfully so, mind you. Both creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone will also be involved in this remote meeting that will be done remotely, of course, between Comedy Central and Disney. Even Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy will be involved in this meeting, and that she is also in Disney's aid of finding legal warnings against South Park in the meantime. The Disney legal team is working hand in hand with Disney heads before this meeting takes place in the coming weeks. What Comedy Central made clear 1 week ago is that Disney in the previous meeting is that they are planning to do more events and Pandaverse follow-ups to continue to create a parody for Disney, since it's great for their Paramount Plus business model. There's one thing that a lot of us do not agree with about when it comes to Kathleen Kennedy is exactly what she did to essentially water down and destroy Star Wars by diverting from the source material or from cherry-picking elements from the expanded universe and just completely altering it in the worst way possible. And then she has the gall to say that there was no source material to work with for the 3 Star Wars movies within the sequel trilogy. Now, on top of that, we know that Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they made a complete parody of Kathleen Kennedy in their Pandaverse episode. They really had this whole storyline set up with the Pander Stone as to the reason why she was able to do what she did with the franchises like Star Wars, etc., Indiana Jones. And, well, this is where matters get even worse, is that Kathleen Kennedy seemingly addresses the ongoing criticism happening with Parker, Stone, Comedy Central, the Pandaverse, and the plan to keep on mocking Disney, etc. Let's get into this. Now, with that being said, with both Trey Parker and Matt Stone getting astronomical positive reception and ratings from the fans about mocking Kathleen Kennedy and the current status of Disney, one major development has to do with Kennedy's response to the South Park event episode behind the scenes, and how she is taking action in the worst way possible. One major event with this, of course, and one major development with this overall actual thing happening across the board over at Disney is that this has to do with a concrete plan that Kathleen Kennedy has right now in response to both Parker and Stone. Just 2 days after the Pandaverse event aired, Kathleen Kennedy went on to deliver the following. I would be lying if we have not noticed some part of the fandoms of both Star Wars and Marvel pushing back against our creators and myself, and those like Dave Filoni and Kevin Feige. I have been in this business for well over 20 years, and I can absolutely say that we have a problem with our culture, especially when you have television programs creating a parody on our efforts with our fan-favorite franchises here at Disney. What I will say in response to that is that we have no plan fans to stop with what we are doing with Star Wars and Marvel. I am proud to announce that we will be doubling our push for making our films more diverse and boosting equality on all fronts with our movies and television shows. Mr. Feige is a dear friend of mine, and we share the same opinion on that. We are on the same page. Any television show or groups of people that are opposed to that, I believe, need to rethink their lives and way of thinking into how the modern world works. Animated parodies that want to continue to poke fun at our efforts to normalize the entertainment industry, well, that's their problem. We have a great road ahead of us with Star Wars and especially with our upcoming Acolyte series.
All right. Now, originally I was going to do reaction requests for this video, but something came up um a couple of days ago, and it to me it's poetic justice, but it ultimately confirms that um this company that I'm getting ready to talk about is stuck in their ways, and they're not really going to change until they're completely suffering. What am I talking about? Like, what exactly am I referring to? I'm referring to Disney. I am referring to the woke push, this push for a variety for minorities that did not ask for this. Because I want to make this clear. Um the people in charge of this, the people who are in charge of Star Wars, people who are in charge of, well, Disney Star Wars, people who are in charge of Disney's Marvel, MCU, nobody asked for this. And now y'all's projects are going to suffer because of it. The projects y'all about to put out is going to suffer because of it. Like, I don't know how they're not understanding this. And I don't understand why they're they're putting the blame on South Park when this problem happened before South Park had even addressed the issue in their own way. See, and you know what? And you know what? Before I even get to Disney, right? Let's talk about South Park real quick. South Park has been on TV for God knows how. They've been on TV since I could remember, right? Like they've been. Like, hold on. Let me look up. How long has South Park been? 1997. So I would like to say I was, yeah, I think I was 6 or 7 years old when South Park came out. So they've been doing their thing across the board for years now. And I want y'all to understand while I was pausing for a minute because I want to really get to the point. South Park has targeted everyone. I don't understand why Disney thought that they were untouchable. Heck, Disney was already their target before they had addressed the people in the on the directors team. You know how many jokes they done made so far about Disney? Like, what? Y'all are not exempt from being talked about. You're not exempt at all. Like that. I don't get where this and I'm laughing. Only reason why I'm laughing is because South Park is gonna do what South Park does. What South Park is, and that's the reason why I love South Park. To this day, I still love South Park because they're not afraid to push the envelope. They're not afraid to talk about what they want to talk about in their own way. And that's the reason why South Park is always going to be loved by the people because people remember how South Park began and the progression throughout the years. And yes, they did have a dry spell where like not a lot of people were talking about South Park. But after they got over that hump, they're back and now they're being noticed again. That's all this is. Like that like South Park literally had a moment where like and it's not their fault like because they've been on for so long, right? There's so much that you can talk about, but then they turned it around again, and they talking about this, and it's just like, man, they must really hit a nerve because they got y'all upset. They they got y'all upset. Shout out to both of them dudes. I think their names hold up. Let's see, creator. Yeah, I wanted to get that right. Matt Parker and yeah, yeah. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I said Matt Parker. What the fuck? Um Shout out to them because if it was not for them, we wouldn't have such great content for like anything. Like when I say they've almost damn near made a joke and a meme and like a response for everything. They've made it for everything. They've been walking with us the entire time to the points of 9/11 and all the way up to now, bro. All the way up to now. That's how long they've been out here. So if y'all really gonna think that people gonna turn on South Park because they talking about y'all and what the fuck y'all doing, you got another thing coming. I'm sorry. You got another thing coming. But now let's talk about let's talk about Disney. And what's crazy is that Gina Carano, who was fired because of Disney's bullcrap, she had tweeted something, and I don't blame her for feeling the way she felt because y'all obviously have an agenda that y'all want to push and nobody asked for. Like you obviously are just assuming based upon this small vocal minority that wants all this diversity and all this stuff reverting to the gay agenda and all this other stuff and that it's hurting y'all's brand. It's hurting all the projects y'all wanted to put out. Heck, it's hurt the Marvels. That movie that I believe just came out. Nobody's buying the ticket. So much so that now y'all have repackaged another trailer to revisit the characters and the actors from the end game so that the people can be interested in watching this movie. I caught that. Y'all not slick, bro. You're not slick. You're not slick in the slightest. Like I don't understand where and you know what's crazy? And the MCU is gonna suffer because of this. The MCU and unfortunately Kevin Feige is with this shit. And I can see that he is because of the whole She-Hulk debate. And yeah, I did. And while I did make a review talking about that I enjoy She-Hulk, I'm not gonna hold you. I I was addressing why people would have a problem with She-Hulk. I had addressed it because I was a person that watched the cartoon where She-Hulk was in. And so I saw the similarities of what I remembered and what I then the clips of what I saw with She-Hulk. But I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch that whole thing. I didn't. There were parts in there that I just did not, especially the twerking with Megan Thee Stallion. That's, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I didn't like that. I definitely didn't like that. I definitely did not like that. But you know what? It didn't start there. It started with that whole clip on the end game where all the women were fighting and they had sparked a debate as to why that had to be put in there. Because I still don't understand why that had to be put in there. Like, I understand y'all want to introduce girl power and all this other stuff, but hey, um, can y'all not make it cringe? Does it truly have to be this John Brown cringy and weird? Where it's just, I got like, it's there, but there's no context behind it. Like, there's no context behind it. Not one. Not one piece of context is behind this. And you know what? Ever since that happened, people have just been declining with watching Marvel shows. And yeah, a lot of people were watching the Scarlet Witch show. They were watching that. Everyone was behind that because it made sense. But then after that happened, and then the whole thing, then after Loki ended and everything, I'm not gonna lie, there are some fans that are still watching those shows. But now it's knowing the fact that y'all are now going to double down on this, you're gonna see a lot of more people like step back. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a lot more people literally just not want to be with this stuff no more because y'all have made it known that you know this is what y'all want to do. That this is what y'all want to do. Y'all want to do this, and you don't care who gets in the way. You don't care who has a problem with it. You don't care who um is gonna complain. You want to accommodate the people who you have an eye on, and that's not good business. I know that's not good business. Heck, y'all even doing damage control by firing what's that girl that actor who was with y'all's agenda that was gonna be Snow White, but y'all fired her because of the controversy that was going on with her and what she was saying. Now y'all gotta revamp the whole movie and push it back to another year because of what's happened. But here's the thing though, it's not gonna stop. That's the crazy thing. No matter how many times no matter how many times y'all try to fix this, it's not going you can't fix this. Especially with the attitude that y'all got and the direction that you and Kathleen Kennedy want to that Kevin Feige and Kathleen Kennedy want to push and Bob Iger who wants that they all want to push this agenda. And the sad thing is it's not just Marvel that they're doing this to. Like I said before, it's Star Wars. And it's crazy to me how The Mandalorian did so well. Season 1 and 2 did so well that now that y'all have done this and the people enjoyed Ahsoka, now people are gonna retract to retract back to that. They're gonna retract from that. They're gonna retract from that. People, a lot more people are gonna step back from this. And I'll tell you this one thing right now: it's not because of South Park. South Park is not the reason why that like this is gonna happen. It's gonna be because of y'all. I'm just keeping it 100. It's gonna be because of y'all because basically y'all basically got butthurt over a joke that low key was basically telling the truth because there's a lot of people that have a problem with what y'all been doing. There's a lot of people that had a problem with what y'all have been doing, and y'all don't care. Like y'all just do not care. These projects failing is not gonna be because of South Park. I'm just saying that right now. These projects that are going to fail, that y'all have set in stone for the next some odd years, it's not going to be because of South Park. It's not going to be because of the people complaining. It's going to be because of you. Because y'all are going against the vision that people who have loved these IPs, these franchises, wanted. We wanted the comics, the story of Marvel, story of Star Wars to come into fruition. We didn't want no bullshit change. We didn't want some agenda to be pushed of getting rid of the actual story that was supposed to happen, that was supposed to go on. And then years later, we find out why y'all pushed this and scrapped the other idea, which is what happened with Star Wars and why we got what we got. Y'all are too late. And y'all can try to sue South Park, both of those men, for them telling the truth. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm going to say that right now. Nobody wanted this. I don't care what nobody said. Nobody wanted this. Who in the world asked for the Marvels movie? Who in the world asked for that? I didn't. I asked for Doctor Doom to come back. Nobody asked for y'all to fire Kang the Conqueror. Forget what his name is. I can't pinpoint the actor's name. All because of the debacle with his ex-girlfriend. Which was, and he was proven innocent. He didn't do anything, but y'all still got rid of him because of the bad PR. Which is the same thing y'all did to Gina Carano for her political views. When honestly and truthfully, personal issues should not be going into the job or the actor's career. If they didn't touch on it while they were on the job, y'all shouldn't be pinpointing that because they were not um faming your brand. But then again, what do I know? Because Disney has this thing where like if you're not squeaky clean, then you can't be a part of them. And that's another reason why the image of Disney is going to be gone very soon. Especially with the fact that they making this movie about the history of Disney and everything behind Walt Disney and all this other stuff because they're going to be they know they're almost done. They know. Even though they have billions of dollars, they know they're almost done. And no one's gonna be really checking on them as much as they were anymore. They know it. They know it. I have to feel Disney is going to die very soon. Disney is dying. We're not gonna have Disney in a probably well the Disney that we know for a long time after this. We're not gonna have it. It's gonna be replaced with something else. Something that no one recognizes. Shit, they lost the copyright from many. For those of you who don't understand why the word was going around that Mickey and Minnie were no longer together anymore, it's because they lost the copyright. They lost the IP to her. And how the hell do you lose the copyright to your own character? Your own character. Y'all putting so much time in stuff that doesn't matter. When the core characters that's been with y'all for years is gone. I swear on everything. Y'all lose Donald Duck, I'm done. 'Cause that was my dude. I love me some Donald Duck. Y'all gonna bury yourselves. Y'all are trying to bury yourselves. For I don't know. I don't understand why. I don't get why. When all y'all had, I swear, all y'all had to do was follow the story as it was supposed to be. All y'all had to do was follow the Star Wars books that y'all scrapped after y'all bought it. All y'all had to do was follow the story of the comics of Marvel, but y'all decided to took a spin on that. And while I understand adaptation is necessary for this stuff to happen, but god damn it, y'all are Disney. Y'all got more money than anybody else on this planet. So how is it that y'all can't do this? And y'all can't say that I'm lying, because it's the truth. They have more money than the law allows. They're literally trying to buy out Hulu. These motherfuckers have bought. Yo, these motherfuckers have bought out National Geographic. They're buying Hulu, right? They done bought Universal Studios. They're buying anything they can get their hands on. They've butchered The Simpsons, where now Bart's not even getting choked whenever Homer gets pissed off at him. So a Simpsons not even a Simpsons. Like the freaking Simpsons are not even the Simpsons anymore. Are you joking me? Are we being serious right now? We being serious? We being serious? Man, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. This is not a good look. This is not a good look. Y'all are going to y'all literally shooting yourselves in the foot. And it's not because of what South Park said and did. It's because of y'all. Because y'all have this direction that y'all want to push so bad that now it's gonna hurt y'all's brand. You're getting rid of people like Gina Carano and the actor for Kane the Conqueror just to accommodate to this image y'all trying to keep when in fact the image was never there. Yeah, that's what his name was. Jonathan Majors. I'm sorry. Y'all trying to get y'all got rid of Jonathan Majors and Gina Carano for what? For what? Fam, it's to the point where like y'all haven't even said anything about continuing the story of Star Wars because of how much y'all butchered it with the last trilogy y'all made. I'm sorry. That was ass. Y'all haven't been the same. Y'all's MCU hasn't been the same since Endgame. And yeah, I said it. I said it. As a person that loved No Way Home, and I do love No Way Home, I can't sit here and say that y'all have been missing a few times. Y'all been missing a few times. Where now Sony, I'm looking at Sony as the person for my Spider-Man movies now. I'ma have to. I'ma have to. Sony is doing so much better for Spider-Man than y'all ever have. And that's facts. I'll fight anyone on that. That's facts. Okay? Say what you want about Tobey Maguire. Say what you want about Andrew Garfield. But god damn it. Say what you want about this new Spider-Man 2 video game. I don't care. They're doing great. And if they pick up Tom Holland because of this and make their own please do. By all means. I would yes. Sony, if you hear please do that. Pick up Tom Holland and do something with him. Continue his story for Spider-Man. I don't care if you completely change the direction. I don't care. Just continue his story. Continue the story, please. I don't care if you rewrite Mary Jane. Please. Do it. Do it, please. Please. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. Person in the comments while I was watching this video from Clownfish TV had said this. People in charge of this are the joke, not South Park, and they're gonna suffer because of it. And everyone's watching. Ain't nobody stupid in here, okay? Nobody. We all see what y'all doing, and nobody likes it. No one likes it. And the people that y'all accommodating to make these movies, they're not even buying your ticket. So what is the point of making this stuff and the people y'all making this stuff for are not interested? They're not buying the ticket. They'll make a 2-minute video or like a couple of a minutes to a video on TikTok before they go and buy y'all's ticket. They're not even fans of the John Brown franchise. They're not even fans of the shows that y'all trying to accommodate for. They only wanted to say something just to say something because they want their agenda to be pushed. This woke culture is gonna kill y'all. It's killing y'all. Y'all are bleeding out. Shoot, people have been asking and begging y'all to do something with Miles Morales because the comics was everywhere with him. They didn't know how to move his story, but now Sony has. Sony's done better for Miles than Marvel has. How the hell that work? I'm done. I'm done. I can't ramble no more. Disney, Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, y'all are it's over. It's over. It's over. South Park has won again. Not that South Park ever lost. They won again. Picked up another body. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. That being said, y'all type in the comments how y'all feel about this news. This is Matt Surreal Sakurai. I'll see y'all later. I'm out. Peace. It's ridiculous.
Yo, I just got back from a meeting for finances, and I ain't gonna lie, man, it's just not looking good. We might be in trouble. Word? Yeah, apparently our fans don't really fuck with the cinematic universe the way they used to, and it's starting to cut into our bottom line. Damn, bro, that's crazy. Is it because we oversaturated the market by prioritizing quantity over quality? No, that's not it. Is it because we rushed into phase 4 without a clear roadmap of where we wanted the overall cinematic universe to go story-wise? No, that's not it either. Is it because we've overworked and underpaid our VFX artists by forcing them to churn out movie after movie on completely unrealistic timescales, while at the same time over-relying on CGI and VFX to cut corners to the point where all of our movies start to look like unfinished Spy Kids video games? No, that can't be it. Okay, maybe it's because we rushed into introducing too many new characters too fast, prioritizing the action and spectacle without really giving the audience a reason to care about the characters involved. No. Or maybe it's because we spent the last year announcing the most random and unnecessary spin-offs for characters that nobody gives a shit about, while actively sitting on the iconic characters that people actually want to see, like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. No. But how about the fact that we haven't really been hiring the right people to be in the writer's room for these projects, to the point where we have to fire entire writing teams before the show even starts? No. Or maybe it's because we've done too many bait-and-switch plot points, like bringing in beloved actor Evan Peters to reprise his role as Quicksilver, all just to pull the rug out from under fans by having it all be an illusion just to tell an off-color boner joke that wasn't even that funny. Oh, come on, you know that joke was funny. Was it though? All of my golfing buddies from the country club sure thought so. You sure? Cause I feel like those reasons would actually explain a lot. I got it. It's because of that son of a bitch, Jonathan Majors. That's it. Makes perfect sense. He had all those domestic assault allegations a couple months ago. That was a real headache for us. And Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was one of the worst performing movies we ever put out. And you know who was the main villain of that movie? Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. Clearly he's the problem. I mean, the movie where we completely undermine Kang as a viable threat by having him get defeated by an army of ants? Yep, that's the one, and clearly he's to blame for that failure. Yeah, fuck that guy. So right now, I think our best bet is just to get rid of him and instead focus on, I don't know, Doctor Doom or something. You're a genius, sir. You've done it again. And if that fails, well, we'll always have our Hail Mary play.